front for Trenton. Childs, Butler, and Spotwood. In the backcourt, it's Parsons and Alexis Sweet. Up front for the Lady Mikes. Not Nikita Monroe-Thomas, also Nicole Shelton at the forward spots. And the three-guard alignment is Sproul, Sutton, and Canty. Brianna Canty, just a freshman, an exciting player in the backcourt for the Lady Mikes.
Yeah, boys, and as Eamon said, this is a good old-fashioned parochial versus public. It's like the Hatfields and McCoys. You know what the public school says, Gino? We do it with our own kids, the kids who grew up in the neighborhood. The parochial, they bring them in as free agents. But as you said, both these coaches, Khalik Lewis in his fourth year and Reggie Murray, good guys. When you talk to them, you'll walk away saying, hey, I like that guy. He's in it for his kids.
Tap controlled by Trenton Central, and they score immediately.
This was a low-scoring game last year, 39-34. Trenton Catholic Academy took it. I talked to the coaches about this year's battle. Both believe it's going to be a little higher scoring this time around.
Here's the steal. Trenton Central in the black and red. Trenton Catholic in the white and blue. And you can hear the crowd loud already. Here's a 3-0 but net for Alexis Sweet.
Alexis Sweet, the three-point specialist for Trenton. She leads the team in three-pointers, and she's also the leading scorer at 15.6 points per game. She can light it up, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And they're going to play to the crowd tonight. Capacity crowd here. The mayor of Trenton is here. This is the hottest ticket in the city of Trenton tonight. Everybody has embraced it.
Marika Sproul is at the line, and she will shoot two. 5'7" senior, misses the first.
Marika Sproul, she's headed to LIU next year. But there's Sweet, nice stroke. She's already hit 6 three-pointers in one game this year against Hopewell Valley. She was 6 of 11 from beyond the arc in that game. She has the touch from that point.
Shot put up on the baseline doesn't go, and here come the Tornadoes. Trenton Central quickly up court. On the bounce pass on the baseline, and a foul called underneath.
That was Spotwood. Leola going strong. The senior forward. Long arms. Watch her once again. Catches a little lane along the baseline and gets aggressive.
Coach Reggie Murray calls her a Rip Hamilton and a female body.
Pretty good compliment right there. She's got the numbers to back it up.
Leola Spotwood hits the first, 6-foot senior, averaging a shade over 13 points a game. She'll get another. A quick start to the game. Both teams flying up and down the court. Second free throw, good. And it's a 5-2 Trenton Central lead.
Yeah, you see Trenton, Gene, trademark of this squad. They want to pick you up and play you all 96 feet and turn you over, as they did. Going the other way, but a piece inside off Brianna Canty.
And the second shot put up, no. Rebound banged around underneath and taken here by the Mikes. Up ahead, great outlet pass, but unable to connect was Lakeisha Sutton.
Lakeisha Sutton was a little bit nervous before this game, and understandably so. The television coverage, she knows how big of a game this is. But it is only a regular season game, and I think as the minutes go on in this, Jimmy, the kids are going to start to settle in, and they'll realize, you know what, it's just a regular season game, and you go out and do what you do best, play basketball.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they look around, they're just 15 and 16 and 17-year-old kids. There's not a seat in the building, standing room only. They know the pride of Trenton is on the line. They've read all the quotes in the papers. They just want to go out and play ball now, but there's got to be some anxiety for the youngsters.
Trenton loves to cause those turnovers. They're in your face defensively. Reggie Murray calls his defense gang defense. That means where the ball is, that's where the team is. 5 girls to the ball at all times.
Yeah, led by the left-handed bandit there, Parsons, who's got the rock now.
The full court pressure causing the turnover, and Trenton Central in the forecourt. Here's a shot from the corner. Three-pointer put up there by Spotwood doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by the Lady Mikes, and then lost out of bounds. There's that Trenton defense again.
Alexis Sweet, very aggressive, attacking the ball. Good story with Alexis Sweet. She's missed a lot of the last 2 seasons. She tore her ACL and MCL. She's back. She'd love to be a part of a Group 4 state championship and, of course, a Tournament of Champions finalist. Just a good story to get Sweet back in the lineup this year, and she's helping the team greatly.
Yeah, part of their mission is to get Sweet a jacket. Everybody got that championship jacket. Alexis says, my closet has a void in it without that Group 4 state champion.
And don't expect this Trenton team to get tired. Reggie Murray works these kids to the bone. They play soccer at the school. They're in great shape.
Shot goes off the rim and off of the Tornadoes, so Trenton Catholic will throw it in. They trail 5-2.
Yeah, Gene, in many ways, when you look at Reggie Murray's squad, you're looking at the soccer team.
Bounce pass underneath, off the glass and in. It's Nikita Monroe-Thomas with the basket.
Yeah, Thomas, the junior forward, she's their enforcer.
She does all the dirty work for Trenton Catholic Academy.
It's a one-point game, 5-4. Inside it goes to Tori Childs, and it's knocked away by Trenton Catholic.
That's a great battle inside. 6'3" Tori Childs against 6'2" senior Nicole Shelton. Now, Shelton played freshman ball at Trenton Central High School. She transferred over to Trenton Catholic Academy. Those long arms, the best shot blocker, obviously, on Trenton Catholic Academy.
Double dribble the call against Trenton. They get Alexis Sweet.
Trenton Catholic Academy needs to get the ball into the hands of Lakeisha Sutton. She makes up most of their offense. I call her the quiet assassin. Not flashy, just simply gets the job done.
Nice look inside and then laid up by Thomas. Good pass by Shelton.
It's a great cut by Moore Thomas, right down the heart of the defense.
4:44 remaining here in the first, and a whistle underneath, a foul called on Trenton Catholic.
Great crowd here tonight, guys.
Check this out. This is good recognition, teammate to teammate, and the ability to finish by Nikita Monroe-Thomas.
Monroe-Thomas averages nearly 3 points a game. She's already over that average.
A wild shot put up by Tracy Parsons gives Trenton Central a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Parsons coming off a Thursday night. That was senior night versus Allentown, and she kind of led the way as Trenton put that game away early. They jumped out 31-5. They never looked back.
Parsons has really improved her perimeter game over the summer. She worked on it a lot to get that stroke down. Colleges like Columbia, Princeton, NJIT want her. She's a genius, Coach Reggie Murray would say.
Well, I mean, you talk about those schools, Gene, Columbia, UPenn, and Princeton. Reggie Murray said Tracy Parsons has one of the greatest transcripts you'll ever see. Not a single B, they're all A's.
And Parsons gets whacked as she tries to drive on the baseline. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Now that play was started by the defense of Leola Spotwood on Lakeisha Sutton. That led to this break attempt by Parsons. So she'll go to the line to shoot two.
And Gene, it's worth repeating, Tracy Parsons, the dedication in the classroom, an honor student, not a single grade below an A in her entire Lewis academic career.
Well, Jimmy, she's getting some interest from some Ivy League schools. So good for Tracy Parsons, doing it at both ends, and she hits the second free throw to make it 9-6.
Well, teachers say she should be an engineer. She wants to be an accountant, maybe. She's so good in math. Well, she's putting up some numbers already in this game.
There is Khalik Lewis L. Both these coaches will get into the game, no doubt about it. Long three-point shot off the rim, off the top of the backboard, still in play. Pulled down by the Mikes. Here's Sutton, dishes outside, shot put up, spins around the rim and out. Tracy Parsons across the midcourt line. 3.5 remaining first quarter. 9-6 the score. Trenton Central on top, stripped and stolen by the Lady Mikes. Quickly up court and scoring is Canty, Brianna Canty.
That's a freshman. And she's the reason why a lot of big-time colleges are sniffing around, Jimmy.
Yeah, Rutgers is in the building tonight. See Vivian Stringer. Would love to see her be a part of the Scarlet Knights, but she's got to wait 3 years. Just a freshman and a big block inside by Shelton.
You can see the emotion from Shelton after that block. She is absolutely fired up.
Canty puts it up, no. And coming back the other way is Spotwood. Leola Spotwood with the pass up ahead. The bounce pass goes into the corner, corralled there by Parsons.
I like the officials letting them play a little bit.
Game played at a frantic pace. Here's Parsons, pops a three. Off the rim, no. And it bounces out of bounds. And with that, a timeout on the floor. So a break in the action. 2:42 in a frenetic first quarter. The score, Trenton Central 9, Trenton Catholic 8 here on the Snapple Game of the Week.
Reggie Murray has to be absolutely pleased with the intensity of his team thus far in the game. And he said the strength of his team this year are his 5 senior starters. He's got that senior leadership. These girls have been playing together since they've been 11 years old, Lou. He just really loves that senior leadership shown by these girls.
And 16-0 says a lot.
Sure does, as Tori Childs hits with a bank shot on the turnaround. And Trenton Catholic gets it up, down by 9 points now.
Tori Childs, tremendously athletic with those long arms. She has a lot of majors looking at her. Arizona, Seton Hall, Old Dominion, you name it.
From the foul line, shot goes off the side of the rim. And the Tornadoes coming back the other way.
That was Sierra Mendenhall, the 6'3 sophomore, Lou, who pulled down that rebound. Not bad to have a 6'3 skilled sophomore coming off the bench.
This is a dangerous part of the game here for Trenton Catholic. They're down by 9 points here. I want to let this game get away from them. Very important defensive series here. There's a three-point shot from off the back rim, doesn't go by Parsons. The rebound underneath, put up off the back rim, no by Spotwood. And here come the Lady Mikes.
Active hands by Spotwood to keep that one alive.
Nice pass underneath, delivered by Canty, and then a whistle on the rebound.
Looks like a foul on Mendenhall on Canty.
Should be a non-shooting foul, so Trenton Catholic will throw in underneath their own basket. A couple of quick passes inside, but the shot too hard by Shelton.
Mendenhall, such a big body under there, setting up shop, 6'3", and just a sophomore.
Reggie Murray calls her a gift. A transfer from Bordentown Regional High School.
From the high school basketball heavens, I should think, when you get a 6'3 sophomore who can really bang.
When I saw her play in Asbury Park at the Battle on the Boardwalk, I had to look at the roster again just to make sure she was a sophomore. Some of the moves she was putting on Vianney that day. Drop, steps, you name it, against a very good Vianney team. She impressed a lot of people that day.
Ball knocked out by the Tornadoes. It will remain Trenton Catholic ball.
And Trenton's defense so far in this game has not allowed Trenton Catholic to get comfortable in their offensive sets.
And you mentioned not allowing them to get comfortable. They're not allowing Lakeisha Sutton to get comfortable.
And you can see how much the freshman Canty is trying to do. She's really trying to dictate as they overplay Sutton.
You can see that Reggie Murray does not agree with that call.
He put Spotwood cleanly stripped the ball away. We'll take another look and see if his argument is correct, Lo. Look at her step up. It's close. It's close. It could probably go either way. Sutton trying to go through 2 defenders there.
Here's Canty, tries to go back to Sutton. It's saved there by Shakia Canty. Ball is on the floor, still on the floor, and here comes Trenton Central out with it.
Parsons had Spotwood ahead of the field.
Here's a three off the back rim, no by Spotwood. Gets her own rebound and has it stripped away from her.
It was Shelton again on the interior.
Sutton goes coast to coast, and draws the foul.
She attacks the basket, drew the foul. They need a spark, and they need it from Sutton. She's so smart. She knows where to be at all times, Jimmy. Ahead of the field on the break, taking it strong to the rack. Torrey Childs, good foul by Torrey Childs. Would have been an easy 2 points for Sutton. Let her earn it.
And it's what they're looking for right now at Trenton Catholic. They're looking for momentum. And with Lakeisha Sutton, you know, really the dictator for this club, gets that bucket, gives them a little juice. And it was a good, hard foul. But Sutton, she's the player, in the words of their head coach, Khalik Lewis, does whatever it takes to get us going in the right direction. And they're really going to need her senior leadership tonight out of the honor student.
She hits both free throws to draw the Lady Mikes to within 7. It's 19-12.
Lakeisha Sutton, 2-1 in her career against Trenton. A 4-year starter for Khalik Lewis L.
Khalik Lewis, who spends his days coaching special ed, teaching special ed at P.J. Hill Elementary right here in Trenton. A guy who himself really turned his life around, bounced around from high school to high school, had to get his GED eventually, and would go on to get a degree from FDU in the name of his own kids, the 4 children he has at home. He said, I had to show them the light, that you could turn things around in life. He did a great job.
Oh, what a fast break by the Tornadoes.
You get the ball into
by
Torrey Childs' hands in that position, she's going to score.
21-12, 4.5 remaining here in the second quarter.
Torrey Childs' best game this year, scoring-wise, 24 points against St. John Vianney at the Battle on the Boardwalk.
Big three-point shot by Marika Sproul.
32 three-pointers for Marika Sproul this year, averaging 14 points a game. She is another one who worked hard on that perimeter shot over the summer. Last year, Sproul, more of an attack-the-basket type of player. And now, she's the girl lighting it up from the three-point land.
Yeah, Sproul transferred in from the Empire State, grew up in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Trenton basketball up by 6, 21-15. With Spotwood outside.
Well, Trenton Catholic's defense has been better in this second quarter. Trenton with 17 points after 1. Have only scored 4 points in the first 4 minutes of this second quarter.
They've closed that gap to 6 points.
Outside is the three-pointer, no, off target by Parsons. But another rebound going to Trenton Central. Shot put up, no, and skying for that rebound was Nicole Shelton. Quickly up court, laid up, no.
What an ability to see the floor, though, by Canty, just the freshman.
Spotwood from the foul line, flips it outside to Sweet. No, off the side of the rim. Shot put up on the rebound, no. And here come the Mikes. Quickly up court, here's Canty. Splits the defense, puts it up. Off the back rim of the rebound, put up and in.
She's the best player on the floor tonight so far.
Brianna Canty with the basket to make it a 21-17 game. Trenton Catholic coming back.
Brianna Canty in her first start this year against Willingboro, the defending Group 3 champions. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. She doesn't play like a freshman.
Certainly does not. Here's a three-point shot outside off the back rim, no, and the rebound again to Shelton, who now is controlling the boards. Canty flips outside, a three for Sproul is short. Rebound underneath Shelton, no. Rebound again, yes.
Stayed after it.
Shelton working hard underneath the glass, 2 chances to get it in, and now we have a 2-point game.
21-19 with 2:15 remaining. Ball is knocked away, loose, taken by Trenton Catholic. They can tie here. Sutton draws the foul.
How quickly this one has turned around. Defense leading to offense for Khalik Lewis L.
And it's really been Canty, the energizer, starting everything off with her defense and finding her teammates along the way.
Trenton Catholic storms back. It's a 2-point game, 21-19 on the Snapple Game of the Week.
9 to go in the second quarter. We check in with Eamon McEnany.
Jimmy, Jimmy, she was one of the best players in Rutgers history, and now she's back with the Scarlet Knights as an assistant coach. Tasha Pointer, she's joining us now. And Tasha, as a fan of women's basketball here in New Jersey and someone associated with Rutgers women's basketball, what is it like for you to walk into this gym here tonight and see this atmosphere?
Oh my gosh, it feels great. It's one of those things where normally if you walk into a gym, you expect to see a lot of fans for boys basketball on a Friday night. But here in New Jersey, women's basketball has picked up, girls basketball has done the same. And so tonight is just indicative of how far the women's game has come and grown. And so I look forward to watching an exciting game. The girls are unbelievable, and the crowd is unbelievable.
Now, I know Rutgers has one of the best recruiting classes coming in with players from Texas, Mississippi, Florida, and California. But how important is it to protect your home turf and put that fence around the Garden State and the Tri-State area?
It's extremely important because we are the State University of New Jersey, and so we represent the state of New Jersey every time we play. And so it's really important that we protect our home surface. We continue to recruit outstanding student athletes from the state of New Jersey. We all know that sometimes football players get away, but obviously with Coach Stringer, we're trying to make New Jersey a priority.
Now, real quickly, you are the all-time steals leader in Rutgers history. How long do you think you're going to have that record for?
I think that record will fall by next year. Epiphany Prince is an unbelievable defender. She has a knack for the ball, and I know that she will break my record.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for your time. The Scarlet Knights getting ready for Connecticut and Tennessee back-to-back.
All right, Eamon Tasha Pointer, one of the all-time greats for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
And talking about one of Gene's favorites, Epiphany Prince.
I don't know if I've covered a better scorer in the Tri-State than Epiphany Prince.
How about Rutgers basketball, though, Gene? I mean, they are on the brink of just becoming a top-5 program in the world of women's college basketball. Case closed. You know, they went to the finals a year ago. They had the big victory against Duke. They've been a top 15, top 10. I mean, when they start keeping every great player in the Tri-State area home, they're going to be right there.
Jimmy, they're doing it with local kids. Mattia Ajavon out of Shabazz.
Canty putting up the shot, and it rolls off the rim.
To continue, Mattia Ajavon out of Shabazz, Essence Carson, Patterson Eastside, Kia Vaughn, St. Michael's, Epiphany Prince, Murray Bertram. The names go on and on. You've got to keep the talent in state. We've got some great talent in the Tri-State area. That's what Vivian Stringer is doing. Keeping them to play for the State University.
And they're going to have a lean on it.
Shot put up and in by Tori Childs gives Trenton Central a 2-point lead. It's 23-21 with a minute 10 remaining here in the first half.
Tori Childs, the upside is tremendous. When she goes to college, she's going to get bigger. She's going to get stronger. Reggie Murray says her best years are ahead of her.
It's amazing how far she's come in her 4 years. I mean, she will tell you herself in a quote, when I came here, I couldn't chew gum and dribble. Now it's just diligent, working on her game, listening to her coach, and she just continues to thrive on the inside. At 6'3", nobody can guard her with moves like that.
I'll tell you what, the hard work that Reggie Murray puts these girls through really pays off. She said to me, he makes you reach the next level. That's why they do it.
Keisha Sutton putting up the shot for Trenton Catholic. All of a sudden now, Trenton Central has a 4-point lead. With just 15 seconds remaining here in the first half, let's see if the Tornadoes hold for the last shot here. Looks like that's indeed what they'll do, as we're down to 7 seconds now. Here's Ashley Hines, shot put up, no. Childs underneath, draws the foul. So Tori Childs will go to the line.
Tori Childs averaging 7.5 rebounds a game. Putting herself in good position for the follow.
Watch the replay, though, Gene. Sometimes as a rebounder, you got to be aggressive. Sometimes crafty. Look at her come in there. Just kind of slides her way in there and is first to the ball with a quick jump.
Coming from the weak side, just getting by Lakeisha Sutton and Nicole Shelton.
Yeah, averaging nearly a double-double, about 8-9 rebounds a game. 4-year player for Coach Reggie Murray.
Reggie Murray said she's done a 360 since he first got her as an 11-year-old.
360? Was that Yogi Berra?
He said 360. It's a quote. I'm not making it up.
There's a whistle. I think the ball
She's
might
done the
have
180
hit the...
What a great energizer as a head coach. Reggie Murray played for Fran Pinchot point guard. 1973, they were Central Jersey champions. He remembers the game when they beat Camden.
Guys, the ball hit, there's a curtain that hangs above midcourt, and the ball hit that. So it goes back to Trenton Central, but then restolen by
Good for goals.
Catholic. Whoa, at the buzzer, it almost went. And the first half comes to an end. What an exciting first half of basketball. Trenton Central with a 5-point lead.
First time a regular season girls game is a Snapple game of the week, and I don't think it's disappointing right now, Jim.
Hey, listen, this is what we expected. Two teams, a no love lost for another, but going at it tooth and nail, back and forth. And look at how we almost ended the half. 3/4 court right off the front of the iron. Are you kidding me? That was very close. And one thing is for certain, after 16 minutes, nothing is decided. The head coach of Trenton is with Eamon McEnany.
All right, Jimmy, thanks a lot. Coach Murray, how important was that late 5-0 run to regain momentum at the end of the half?
It was very good. It was very good. What happened was this is going to be a game of runs. And we got out on the gate on them, then they fought back like they're supposed to, as a great team they are. And then all of a sudden, our team just realized that we need to make the last run going into halftime with a little bit of momentum.
Now, normally on the road, the coach's game plan is to take the crowd out of the game, but I think you have just as many fans here as they do. But as you get ready for the second half, what do you think the key adjustments for you are going to be?
Well, we got to make a couple of adjustments on our press break. We're going to make a couple of key adjustments on a couple of offensive sets and everything else, whatever, but we're going to be fine.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half. Lou?
All right, Eamon, and Reggie Murray's team does take the lead into the locker room. Torrey Childs, a big first half for the Tornadoes, and they lead it 26-21 at the half here on the Snapple Game of the Week.
Special one-day price, only on QVC.
Back at Trenton Catholic Academy, where the Lady Mikes trail the Lady Tornadoes of Trenton Central 26-21 here on the Snapple Game of the Week, presented by Pontiac. Lou Brogno, Eamon McEnany, Jimmy Cavallo, and Gene Golda.
Trenton Catholic Academy starts a couple of underclassmen, and they've played well in this game, including Nikita Monroe Thomas. Nice touch in the lane in the first half. She's usually a bruiser. The coach says she's got a nice touch, and she showed it right there. And 6'2", Nicole Shelton, the senior, assertive inside from the defensive side.
Yeah, but Trenton, they led by 7 after 1 because of the play on the interior. Look at Torrey Childs, the 6'3" senior. And if it wasn't Childs, it was her partner, Leola Spotwood. And Spotwood with the steal and the deal, a little swoop to the hoop. And they still lead by 5 points to the 16-0 Tornadoes.
A look at the first half numbers. Neither team shooting particularly well from the field, but that's a tribute to the great defense played by both teams. You can see the turnovers relatively even. Trenton Catholic has turned it over 12 times here in the first half.
Well, defense leads to low scores. Last year, not many points scored. We're, I think, on pace to beat that. Both teams in my MSG Tri-State Top 10 poll, so let's take a video look at it. Starting with number 10, down the shore, St. John Vianney, led by Caitlin Linney, the Super Junior. The Lady Lancers doing it down the shore. At number 9, Morris Catholic, undefeated this year. A big win already against Bloomfield Tech. At number 8, you're seeing them play this morning, Trenton Catholic. That was Marika Sproul. That's where she loves to shoot from beyond the arc. At number 7, University, the defending Tournament of Champions winners last year. Then, number 6, Bloomfield Tech. Diana Hubbard, a three-point specialist. At number 5, the lone Long Island representative, St. John the Baptist, led by 6'4" junior Christine Huber. At number 4, Trenton, Leola Spotwood. You're seeing her in this game. At number 3, Malcolm X Shabazz High School, Newark, New Jersey, a staple in the top 10. They're at number 3. They just recently lost to number 2 St. Michael's at the JFK Classic. Shanika Smith, great stroke, great player. And at number 1, they finished last year at number 1, the 9-time defending PSAL champs, Murray Bertram and Shanae Williams.
Wow, 27-0 last year, Murray Bertram, undefeated once again. What brings us to our new sponsor,
for your student athlete.
Welcome back to the Snapple High School Game of the Week presented by Pontiac. We are moments away from the start of the second half between Trenton Catholic and Trenton Central High School, the home team, down by 5. And joining me now is Kalik Lewisell, the head coach of Trenton Catholic. Coach, what adjustments did you make during the first half to get your team back into this game?
We just went back to our strength. Our strength is, putting pressure on the ball. We went to a little diamond press, and that kind of got things moving. We were able to make some plays, use our athleticism to get back in the game. We had a little lull with a minute and a half left. We lost track of what we were doing, and that let them get to go back on another 4.5-point run. But I think if we come back out, and establish our game, which is transition and the pressure, we can get back in it.
Just a few moments ago during the second half warm-ups, I saw you pull Marika and Lakeisha aside. What were you trying to get across right before the start of the second half?
Letting them know that they've been playing together for years and they know what each other do. This is the time to step up. This is the biggest game of the year, and we just got to get that feel. We just start going at and doing what we do best.
All right, well said. The biggest game of the year, Lou. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
All right, Eamon, certainly feels like that here. You can feel the electricity here in this gym.
Well, Coach mentioned Lakeisha and Marika Sproul. They've been playing together since they've been in the 5th grade. They're best friends off the court. They have a good chemistry on the court. Both teams loaded with athleticism. And what I like about this game thus far is that the referees are letting them play.
You're right, Gene. Great job by Rick Pena, Troy Stevenson, and Chris Shanice. That's our 3 officials tonight working the game. And it's a very aggressive game, a lot of defense, a lot of contact, and they did let them play.
This is high-level girls basketball in the tri-state. Both teams are physical, both teams are athletic. Let them play.
Good pass underneath, and the first basket of the second half is scored by Trenton Catholic Brianna Canty.
The fearless freshman continues to impress.
Coach loves her physicality. You saw her run the floor earlier in the game. Now she's working it from underneath.
26-23. Trenton Central with the basketball. Here's Sweet. Good look inside. Hits Tori Childs.
Great vision by Sweet to find Childs down low. She averages 3.3 assists a game this year for Trenton.
Sutton in trouble. Dribbles out of harm's way. Puts it up and oh, what a play by Lakeisha Sutton.
That's what I said about Lakeisha Sutton in the open. One of the most underrated players, I'm telling you, on the East Coast. And LIU is getting an absolute steal. I think she can go higher. But you know what? She likes the coaching staff at LIU. They recruited her hard. She wanted to go to Seton Hall, but they thought she was too short to play for them.
Great players have the ability to go from out of control to in total control in the blink of an eye.
And then Tori Childs with the answer at the other end.
Gene, Childs cannot continue to set up shop this close to the basket. She's got 2 quickies here, and she's just in complete, the right spot for her.
That's what happened in the St. John Vianney game a couple of weeks ago. It was a tight game until the 4th quarter, until they started feeding Childs and Mendenhall inside. They took advantage of the size differential, and Childs took care of her team winning.
Nicole Shelton with the block underneath, but called for the personal foul. We'll send Trenton to the line. Dominique Butler, senior forward, will shoot 2.
Lakeisha Sutton just can break down a defender. She's so deadly from inside the 3-point line. And the body control. Little fake, right to the hoop, right by Childs. She is going to have a stellar career at LIU, I assure you of that. And everywhere I go in the tri-state, because Trenton Catholic Academy comes up to play North in North Jersey. They played at Kane University. They went to the JFK Classic in the Bronx. And all the folks from New York and North Jersey all had one question: where is she going? And when they hear LIU, they actually go, what a great job by LIU to get her.
Maya Register with the basket. It's 31-27.
Maya, another one of the freshmen we have in this game tonight. But what high hopes they have for young Register. Getting lots of time for Coach Lewisell this year.
Well, Register and Brianna Canty play on the same AAU team. They finished 3rd nationally together. She is the future, Coach says.
And the future's pretty bright here at Trenton Catholic. Ball knocked out of bounds on the baseline. And it will go to the Lady Mikes.
Very pesty play there by Sprout. Looked like that ball was all about Cheeks right there, Childs right there.
It's amazing. Khalik Lewis L lost 7 seniors from last year's team. It's a team that won the Parochial B title, 4 scholarship players. And they're competing at such a high level this year.
Oh, what a pass by Register. Talk about vision.
Yeah, headsy play inside by Shelton. Big ball fake, and the defense flies by, and then she's got nothing but an easy deuce.
Both teams have a lot of depth, Blue.
31-29. Here's Sweet, forces up the shot, doesn't go. And here comes Trenton Catholic on the run. Canty almost lost it. Great pass inside, laid up and in by Sprout.
That play was started by the defense of Shelton. She changed the shot. That started the transition. And the bucket for Trenton Catholic Academy. Showing off their athleticism on the break.
Yeah, Brianna Canty got quite a compliment from her head coach. He said, I have not seen anyone who sees the floor like her. And she's just a 9th grader.
We are tied at 31. Trenton Catholic with a nice run to get back in it here with 4.5 remaining in the third.
This is exactly what you expected from the two teams.
Penetrating high off the glass, no. Parsons, the rebound by Childs.
That is a great play by Childs, not making contact with Shelton, just simply reaching out above her, the long arms, tipping it to herself, and getting the bucket.
And then Sutton with a beautiful pass as she dished it off to Register.
This one's going back and forth. The freshman stepping up big time for Trenton Catholic Academy in this one.
We are tied at 33, halfway through this third quarter.
This will only help in their development as they get older. Playing in games like this, and there's Shelton again with her presence, her defensive presence, huge in this game, Lo.
A break in the action, a scintillating affair right here at Trenton Catholic Academy. We are tied at 33 here on the Snapple Game of the Week.
I guarantee it.
We are tied at 33 here at Trenton Catholic Academy. Trenton Central and the Lady Mikes knotted up in a terrific game. Let's check in with Eamon McEnany.
Well, Lou, we opened up this broadcast by talking about the rivalry between the two coaches, and that was heightened last year in the game because Trenton Central had an undefeated season going. They were 1 game away from their first ever perfect regular season, and Coach Reggie Murray was 1 win away from his 400th career win. And they were expected to roll over Trenton Catholic, but the Iron Mikes had other ideas as they pulled off the upset with a 5-point win. So revenge and payback are certainly the theme for Trenton Central here tonight. So we mentioned the rivalry between the two coaches. Add a little spice of revenge and payback, and that's why we have such a passionate atmosphere here tonight.
Eamon, this is just a great sports town. It's like Newark, it's like Elizabeth. I grew up in Elizabeth, spent 25 years of my life in Elizabeth, covered high school sports in Elizabeth. And Elizabeth High School boys basketball was the thing in town. And then back in the 90s, Kevin Boyle came along and started the St. Patrick's program. And there was animosity there between Ben Candolino and Kevin Boyle. And here comes Sutton completing the play. There was animosity there between the two schools. You know, it's a bit of human nature. And these rifts are going to occur. It's a proud sports town. And like I said, human nature, and it happens, you know. The kids get along great. I think it's great for basketball. This rivalry has really been about 3 to 4 years old, not much longer than that.
Yeah, and it's a rivalry based on competition. 2006, Trenton Catholic wins the Mercer County Championship. Now, last year, Trenton won the Mercer County Championship because Hopewell Valley upset Trenton Catholic in the semifinals, and then Trenton went on to beat Hopewell Valley in the finals, and you see the Lady Mikes with a 10-2 scoring run.
I'm going to say this, Jimmy. I don't think Sutton or anybody on Trenton Catholic Academy is nervous right now.
Brianna Canty is a special player. She does so many things beautifully on the floor.
I wonder if college coaches, local college coaches, if they watch this game and see Brianna Canty, I'm sure they are going to be hovering all over Trenton Catholic Academy after this.
Foul underneath on Trenton Catholic. It's 37-33. The Lady Mikes with a 4-point lead, 2:42 remaining here in the third.
Yeah, a lot of size in there now for Trenton when Childs and Mendenhall go to the glass, creating second opportunities.
Here is Tori Childs at the line, shooting two. The first, no good.
And you watch her once again, Canty, the right-handed runner, nothing but nylon.
Changes the shot in midair. That's against 6'3" Mendenhall right there.
She might be an all-state sprinter, too. Her and her sister, the junior, Shakia Canty, they are as fast as they come, and you could expect them to be an all-state relay team. Heading like that, Canty to Canty on the baton. I love it, I love it.
Tori Childs hits the second. It's a 37-34 game. Childs now with 16 points in the game.
Leading scorer for Trenton right now.
Here's Marika Sproul across the midcourt line, and Lakeisha Sutton penetrates. Nice through the defense and scores.
How about a drop step this time from Sutton? 5'8". I think she plays a little bigger. I think if Seton Hall was worried she was too short, I think they're making a mistake.
5-point Trenton Catholic lead. Their largest lead of the game. Here's a three-pointer, way off the mark, and it goes back to the Lady Mikes.
One thing Reggie Murray's disappointed in, Gene, Trenton Catholic will not take part in the Mercer County Championships this year, so that's a giant void that Khalik Lewis and his program will not be there.
Well, Trenton Central calls a 30-second timeout. Reggie Murray wants to stop the bleeding right here.
Earlier this year, both coaches thankfully allowed us to put the wireless microphone on them during games. So you know what? Why don't we take a look at both coaches unplugged right now.
Rebound outlet, get down the floor, let's get a couple layups underneath us, and then we are in good shape.
All right? If you pop out, that girl has to respect you. Can you hit that shot? Pop out. All right?
That's what she was telling you all the time. You're not listening. She can't run and close out, so she's trying to stay underneath for the rebound. So you don't help up here. You run back here and help out, and then go over. Okay?
We just talking about attitude, right? Listen to me. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. I went to talk to you, right? And you walk through me. That's bad.
I'll tell
All
you.
a day's work, huh?
Reggie Murray, and I will say it, one of the best dressed coaches in the entire tri-state area. Look at that resume. A couple of Group 4 titles, 4 county titles. Star Ledger named them their Coach of the Year 2001-2002 season. And you know what, though, Jimmy? The ironic thing is he doesn't like to wear the suit. He doesn't like the games. He enjoys practice more so than the games because he can teach. He can go out on the floor and show the kids what they need to do.
Yeah, you hear that from so many coaches. Boy, he'd have about 4 or 5 more banners in there for state titles, Gene. If it wasn't for East Brunswick, they have Coach Carney in East Brunswick have given the Tornadoes fits.
I'll tell you what, he really believes that last year's Tournament of Champions final was taken from him because they beat University in every category last year in March, but the scoreboard. Game was taken to overtime, and that is a bad taste in Reggie Murray's mouth and all the seniors on this team.
Yeah, the Lady Phoenix with 33 wins last year. In that lineup, 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior.
And they only start 1 senior again this year.
This is Trenton Catholic, 9 out of 10 here in the second half.
As Lakeisha Sutton goes, this team goes. I know the freshmen are playing great, but it's Lakeisha Sutton take over the game ability that will be the difference in this game should Trenton Catholic win this game.
Trenton Central will throw in on the baseline. The Tornadoes trailing by 5, 39-34.
And they led by 5 at the half. So it's been a big third quarter for the Lady Mikes.
Sproul with the active hands gets called for the foul.
That's the 6th team foul now on Trenton Catholic, so that's big. Trenton Central will be shooting free throws the rest of the second half. Ball knocked away and saved by Sproul.
Good anticipation by Sproul.
Pops a three. Off the rim, no. Rebound underneath and a foul.
The place would have went nuts if Sproul knocked down that triple.
So Shakia Canty will go to the line.
And it's the other Canty this time. The older sister, the junior, with just superb position as she set up shop. Hardest worker on the team, their best defender. She's everywhere, says Khalik Lewis.
Great story with Canty, Lou. This is a girl a couple of weeks ago that wanted to quit the team. She was extremely frustrated with her offensive game. Now, she's a transfer from West Hampton Tech, okay? So Coach asked her, what did you do well at West Hampton Tech? She goes, I defended and I rebounded. He goes, that's what you're going to do for me. And he named her captain. She stayed on the team.
Big free throw right there for Canty. That's why she's a captain, for all the little things that she does.
And her team is up by 7, 41-34. That'll be a reach-in foul called on Marika Sproul. That's the 7th team foul on Trenton Catholic. So the Tornadoes now will shoot 1-1.
I have to say, just a great atmosphere here. A fantastic job by all those involved to get this game moved. It was originally scheduled for Saturday night, February 2nd. They changed it to February 1st to accommodate MSG. I want to say a very special thanks to all of those administrators involved in getting this game moved.
Yeah, Mo's sister Dorothy Payne, who greeted us tonight, did a great job in welcoming MSG to Trenton Catholic. She's a big Giant fan, too. Today's a big day for Sister Dorothy. She needs her G-man to come through, but maybe no school Monday if the Giants win the Super Bowl tonight.
She's a rarity in this. She's a rarity in this area. This is a Philly town. There's no doubt about it.
Sutton gets it back. Good hustle underneath by Register. Here's the shot put up, dances off the rim, and knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Trenton Catholic basketball with 11.2 seconds left.
That's Sutton trying to make something out of nothing, and she has that ability.
The Lady Mikes with a 7-point lead. That pass goes inside, stripped away, again knocked out by Trenton.
Lady Mikes have taken control here in the third quarter, Gene. They trailed at the half. They've come all the way back, done a lot of things well.
I thought Trenton started this game with much more energy. And then something happened midway through the second quarter. Things turned around for Trenton Catholic Academy. I really am going to attribute it to nerves. I mean, that could very well be the reason. They start more underclassmen than Trenton. Trenton has the 5 seniors out there. Hey, look, they're battle-tested. Some of the girls on Trenton Catholic Academy, they're not.
Well, that ball was knocked away, and the third quarter comes to an end. Our score after 3, Trenton Catholic leading Trenton Central 41-34. Here are the Snapple Game of the Week presented by Pontiac.
A true professional, he called me.
Wow. Well, hey.
It's an absolute honor to be with you guys today.
That's a true professional right there.
Oh,
Sister Dorothy Payne, president right here at Trenton Catholic Academy. And Gene had extensive negotiations with her to get this game moved today.
We needed her signature. She's a Bayonne girl, North Jersey girl.
Former B, huh?
All right, the fourth quarter begins. What a third quarter it was for Trenton Catholic. They shot 9 of 12 from the field and scored 20 points in the third quarter. They have a 41-34 lead. Well, Trenton Central's got to get their act together here offensively. They're down by 7. And a block by Nicole Shelton on Tracy Parsons. That's her 5th block of the game.
Nicole Shelton just doing an unbelievable job of defense in this game. She's really changing what Trenton is trying to do inside.
Well, Tori Childs drives and draws the foul. She'll shoot 2.
Also foul committed by TCA's number 24, Brianna.
And you see Childs, the senior, trying to get her troops fired up. A real competitor. Got a nice complete game, too. Inside, outside, a little mid-range. 4-year player on the varsity. And you mentioned, Gene, their defense for Trenton Catholic, and that's the difference. I mean, Lou just said 20 points in that third quarter for Trenton Catholic, but look at the number for Trenton Central. 8 points in that third quarter. Look at the adjustment after the first.
Well, 9 points in the second quarter, third quarter, 8 points, and there's the difference in the game. You know, Trenton Catholic turned up the intensity defensively a little bit and causing some turnovers, getting some good looks at the basket.
Hey, 17 points in the first quarter, 17 in the second and third combined for Khalik Lewis's defense. That's getting it done. Are you going to get to the great trivia question about Khalik Lewis, Gene, at any point? Are you going to get to it, my friend? I know you're chomping at the bit. Here's the question, folks. Who is the famous father-in-law, stepfather-in-law of Khalik Lewis?
And, well, you would know who his stepbrother is once you hear the answer of who his stepfather is. Lou? Ken Griffey Sr.
How about that?
And then stepbrother, of course, Ken Griffey Jr.
His mom, Valerie, married Ken Griffey Sr., so now she's Valerie Griffey, and Khalik Lewis's stepfather is Ken Griffey.
And a foul reach-in on Sutton at midcourt, trying to get the ball back. So
Childs is trying to will her Tornadoes back into this one with her energy and enthusiasm.
That was Leola Spotwood wreaking havoc right there with the pressure to cause the turnover. Childs then gets fouled.
Tori Childs on the line, shooting 2.
Tori Childs at the line. Her team trails by 6, 41-35.
And Childs, we mentioned the great physical condition, Gene, you mentioned of Trenton, because they all play soccer. Childs is a halfback on the soccer team. Dominique Butler is a wing. Ashley Hines is the goalie. Mendenhall plays JV soccer. Parsons is a halfback. Petaway, JV soccer. Peoples a right wing. Spotwood is the striker. Sweet was a goalie, and Worley is a fullback. All these girls play soccer. They spend the fall running for 80 minutes. No timeouts.
Well, you got to remember, head coach Reggie Murray played soccer in high school. He was a big-time soccer player, an excellent soccer player. Went on to play at Seton Hall for a little bit. He actually got a track scholarship at Seton Hall. He graduated in 1977. And in 1975-76, Reggie Murray's roommate was Rick Cerrone.
Let's check in with Eamon.
Well, we're talking about Reggie Murray's soccer career at Seton Hall. After that, he had a tryout with the Cosmos. All the big names were there. Canalia, Beckenbauer, and of course the biggest, Pele. He told me once in one drill he got a little too physical with Pele. I said, did you get cut right then and there? He said, no. He said, hey, I attacked him. He was my opponent, and I was going to take the ball away from him.
It's really an amazing story. You know, he gets that track scholarship to Seton Hall, but he also plays basketball his freshman year. His head coach was Bill Raftery, the great announcer. And while he was playing basketball, you know, Coach Moon comes up to him, John Moon, the legendary track coach, and says, excuse me, you're here on a track scholarship, your basketball days are over. So he stopped playing basketball, but then he continued playing soccer. Imagine going to college, Division I, and playing 3 sports. Just a gifted athlete and a great athletic career. And now, you know, he has spent the last 24 years kind of guiding, shaping, and molding young ladies and paving their futures towards brighter things. What a job.
Well, he said he's learned a lot of work habits from Rick Cerrone, because Rick Cerrone was very structured. He was all business, and he took that away when they were roommates.
Sutton trying to go up with the shot, and she was triple teamed, knocked away from her. And Trenton Central gets it back. 41-36 the score, with 6:02 remaining here in the fourth.
Well, Coach Murray said early on at the half, this has been a game of runs. And he hopes that his Tornadoes can have the final run here. They trail by 5, but plenty of time left.
Here's Sweet on the baseline, off the front of the rim, no. Rebound put up and in underneath. That's Sierra Mendenhall, the sophomore.
Sierra Mendenhall believes in hard work. That's why she transferred to Trenton Central. She knew the rigors she would go through with head coach Reggie Murray. She was willing to do it, and he will develop her into a major D1 talent.
It's just hard work, Gene. You know, they haven't had the success on their drives and their runners and their shots, so they've had to get their lunch pails and hard hats. And you see Mendenhall right there just getting after it.
She simply takes the ball away from Shelton, puts it right back in. She loves to emulate Tori Childs. She knows that a couple of big players have come out of Trenton, and she knows she has a bright future if she listens to Coach Murray, does what he wants, and works hard.
Yeah, Coach Murray, it's talking about Mendenhall, so we have some recruited players and schools come to see them, and then inevitably catching their eye is number 25, because they say, boy, that's no sophomore right there. She plays like a senior.
I just want to let you guys know, it's on the record, that if either team loses, they will not be knocked out of the top 10.
There it is.
There it is. As of January 27th, Murray Bergstrom, St. Michael's, Shabazz. Shabazz and St. Michael's had a war at the JFK Classic, where St. Michael's won in overtime. Trenton, undefeated. St. John the Baptist, the only team out of Long Island. Huge win this year already against University at Kane University. Bloomfield Tech, a tough schedule for Bloomfield Tech. They've already beaten Trenton Catholic this year, and to round it out, Morris Catholic, undefeated. Like to see them play a tougher schedule. They've already beaten Bloomfield Tech this year, and St. John Vianney just squeaking by Raritan only a few days ago.
Gene, a lot of the same names as a year ago. One giant void, no CTK. Where's Christ the King?
Well, they were at 7-7 as of January 27th. Look, they graduated Lauren Dixon. She's a starting point guard at Connecticut. Also, Sky Lindsay is a Big East player at St. John's. When you lose that type of scoring, it's tough to replenish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The year before was Tina Charles, who was Miss New York State basketball, so they've seen some great ones move on.
Well, they're a young team, and I think as the year goes on, they'll get it together for the postseason.
Well, Marika Sproul is at the line. She hits the first, and she'll get another. Free throws on the evening. Trenton Catholic has shot extremely well. 7 of 9 from the line. Second on the way, good.
2 for 2.
So it's a 5-point Trenton Catholic lead. They're up 43-38.
Yeah, a little fourth quarter senior right there, Gene, making them both from the stripe.
Long pass up court to Childs. Goes inside. Shot put up there by Parsons, no. And knocked out of bounds by Trenton Catholic.
Just the presence of Shelton down there changed that shot for Sweet. She acknowledged that she was there. She knew it.
Tornado's trying to get it in. They finally do. Here's Spotwood. Flips it outside to Sweet. Sweet moving against Sutton. Back to Spotwood. Spotwood on the baseline, drives in, no, rebound put up and a foul. They'll call that on Trenton Catholic's Nicole Shelton.
And she got the first block. And then on the putback by Mendenhall, she'll draw the foul.
Number 25.
It should be noted that in the state of New Jersey, there is no shot clock. New York has a shot clock, so you folks out there watching in New York, no shot clock in the state of New Jersey.
Mendenhall hits the first.
Yeah, you just watch Shelton right here. Gets yet another big presence block there. And then hitting the glass as Mendenhall hits her first free throw. Here's the second.
Shelton 6 blocks in this game.
Second, no. She hits 1 of 2. A whistle underneath. What's the call? They'll call it on Trenton Central. They'll get Alexis Sweet for the reach in.
Whistle foul, number 24 for Lady Tornadoes.
Reggie Murray, 7 1,000-point scorers in his career as a coach.
He's had some great ones. Dale Hodges, Big 5 Hall of Famer. And Pam Huntley went on to Old Dominion. Shawnetta Phelps at UTEP. The list goes on and on.
Mendenhall cleaning up the glass for Trenton.
Here come the Tornadoes quickly up court. Sweet breaks the press, dribbles in and just plows into the defender. But it's a blocking foul, I believe. Now the officials are going to get together and talk about it.
You be the judge at home. Check it out again. In transition, trying to go coast to coast is Sweet. Does Sproul step in?
Close call, Jimmy. I don't want to make it.
One of those bang, bang can go either ways.
I thought she was moving.
So did the officials.
Alexis.
I don't think Kalik Lewis in his 4th year would agree. Kalik Lewis, great player in his own right, was a playground legend, but never had the discipline to play high school basketball.
I was going to say that actually hurt him because in his town he had 6 kids going Division I.
Check it out once again. Watch the feet of Sprouse. See the little hop right there, that little shift jumping into the lane.
Good call by the officials. No doubt she was moving.
Well, Sweet hits 1 of 2, and then a jump ball on the rebound is going to give it back to Trenton Catholic. It's a 3-point game, 43-40, so a 1-possession game. Lots of time left, 4:29 remaining. Here's Canty, splits the defense, dishes underneath, a little bit too hard off the hands of Nicole Shelton.
Sometimes you get mesmerized by how good she is. Shelton just wasn't ready for that one. It just kind of went off her hands.
Tornadoes quickly up court. Here's Spotwood, puts it up short. Can't save it on the baseline, and it goes back to Trenton Catholic.
Spotwood's sister, Centella, played here at Trenton, scored over 1,200 career points. She played in last year's Tournament of Champions final. An excellent player for Reggie Murray.
Sutton puts up a tough shot off the glass. Oh, Lakeisha Sutton.
She enjoys the physical contact, you can tell. Reminds me a little, and I'm going to say a little, okay, of Epiphany Prince.
Great pass inside the block by Shelton. Mendenhall gets it back, puts it up short. Rebound knocked around on the baseline, and Trenton Central comes out with it. Driving it is Sweet, and she draws the foul.
They just keep taking it right at Shelton, and she's been up for the task tonight, so active. But how much can you expect of her?
Shelton, 7 blocks. She's already doubled her season average. And listen, I want to touch upon what I said about Lakeisha Sutton. I said a little like Epiphany Prince, just in body control and the way she attacks the rack.
Well, 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in this 4th quarter. A long way to go. It should be quite a finish. Trenton Catholic leading by 5. Back at Trenton Catholic's Iron Palace, where the Lady Mikes lead at 45-40 here on the Snapple Game of the Week.
And boys, if you think we had a good public versus parochial this week, wait till you see next week on the Snapple Game of the Week, because we roll on public school champion, the Linden Tigers, and Houston-bound Desmond Wade, one of the best in the business. They're on the road with the ultimate challenge, the Friars of St. Anthony's, Pittsburgh-bound Trevon Woodall, to the best junior in America, Dominic Cheek. Certainly is one of the best juniors in America. Next week on the Snapple Game of the Week, Linden versus St. Anthony's.
Heading to the line, number 24, Alexis Sweet.
Alexis Sweet is at the line with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Her team trailing by 5. Let's check in with Eamon.
Well, I was in the huddle for both coaches during the timeout, and for Trenton Catholic, Coach Kalik Lewis L was telling Nicole Shelton, you have to make sure you know where Tori Childs is. She's their most aggressive rebounder. Stay on her, make sure to box her out. And in the Tornadoes huddle, it was all about defense. Do not give up the easy shot.
Canty gets it up, gives to Sutton. 45-41 the score now. And a whistle, timeout taken by Trenton Catholic.
I think Kalik Lewis L is getting an unbelievable effort out of Shelton in this game. 4 points, 6 rebounds, 8 blocks up until this point. And Jimmy, you said it in the break to me that, you know what? She's got a tough assignment. You know, she's sort of all alone as the big girl down low. She needs some help. But the numbers she's putting up, I think she's done a tremendous job in this game. And Coach has said she has shown flashes of brilliance at times this season.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you see Nicole Shelton get that first block, and then when she's battling for the loose ball or the second or third opportunity by Trenton, then she gets called for a foul. But she has been the first and the last line of defense for Trenton Catholic, and she has really disrupted what Trenton, the Tornadoes, want to do in getting to the rim and getting to the interior of the defense.
She's got a tough assignment in Tori Childs, who has 17 points, 7 of 10 from the field, and 5 rebounds herself. Shelton, another player who I think has a tremendous upside when she gets to the next level.
All right, Trenton Catholic basketball as the Lady Mikes will throw inside court. The pass, though, intercepted by Mendenhall.
Oh, costly turnover in a big spot.
Here come the Tornadoes. Parsons brings it up. Flips it over to Sweet. We tick down to 3:15 remaining in the fourth.
Sweet's been very quiet since her absolutely on fire first quarter. This is the time of the game where Reggie Murray says the ball will be in Alexis Sweet's hands most of the time.
Pass goes inside the Childs, and she scores. Tori Childs makes it a 2-point game.
That's just textbook offense right there. Childs catches the ball high, never brings it down.
So here come the Tornadoes. It's 45-43.
I saw the emotion in Child's face after the bucket. The crowd is into it. They're standing almost after every possession, every shot.
Lakeisha Sutton almost put up a circus shot that time. That would have brought the house down if that had gone in.
Yeah, this is a basketball crowd here tonight, Gene. You look around, just a lot of guys in the gym, a lot of ladies who love the game. They came to see the battle between Khalik Lewis and, of course, Reggie Murray and their respective teams, Trenton Catholic and the Tornadoes. And the game has not disappointed. Gene Gold has set him up as a battle of two of his top 10 teams, and that's just the way it's played out.
This game actually sold out days ago. There was a buzz about this game prior to us coming in. Once the folks in Trenton found out MSG was coming in, forget about it, blew the lid off this game.
Well, this place is just filled with excitement here tonight. And everyone's into it, and the game itself has not disappointed in the least.
Would I set you guys up with a bad game? When Jackie Lyons, our coordinating producer, came to me and said, we need a game for February 3rd, we need a girls game, I didn't hesitate. Trenton Catholic, it's going to be a war, and it hasn't disappointed.
And Brianna Canty, how impressive has she been on her MSG Game of the Week debut, the freshman. She's going to be all over the New Balance High School Weekly and Gene Gold's girls basketball report over the next 3 years, just as Alexis Sweet, outstanding junior.
All right, Lakeisha Sutton is at the line, and she will shoot two.
Lakeisha Sutton made first team All-State last year. 3 times she's made first team All-County. She did it as a freshman. She did it as a sophomore. She did it as a junior. I guarantee you she'll do it as a senior. And she's certainly a front runner to make the All-State team. I will implore Greg Lerner from the Newark Star-Ledger to put her on.
Hits 1 of 2. Sutton had a 36-point game earlier this year against Cherokee. And she has 17 here tonight.
They continue to press and they force a turnover. Great defense there by Trenton Catholic. You know, you're thinking maybe 3-point lead, don't want a silly foul. No way, they still bring the heat.
46-43, Trenton Catholic with 2:35 remaining in the fourth.
You know, I asked Reggie Murray about last year's loss.
Oh, a three-pointer by Maya Register. And they're exploding here at Trenton Catholic.
The place is going nuts, and the freshmen are contributing for Trenton Catholic Academy in a big way. I was talking to Reggie Murray about the loss last year, and he said, you know what? We needed to regroup.
Oh, what a shot by Tracy Parsons. And she'll go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Old school continuation from Parsons. Watch the southpaw go strong once again. The left-handed bandit, Tracy Parsons.
He said that Tracy Parsons is a competitor. A smart girl in the classroom. Tough to take off the floor when she's in a game. Never wants to leave the game.
Yeah, she's one of those players, Gene, that when you talk to her head coach, it brings a smile to his face, and he just looks at you and says, this is a great kid. This is a great, great kid.
I talked to her a couple of days ago about her commitment in the classroom. And she said a teacher told her once about the motto, 4 and 40. I said, what does that mean? She goes, you play basketball in college for 4 years, but you have 40 years of work and life ahead of you after that, and you need to concentrate on that.
Yeah, I like it.
Gold knocked out of bounds, goes back to Trenton Central at 49-46, a minute 52 remaining.
And I'd love to get back to that story about Reggie Murray in last year's game. He thought that the loss last year made them a better team. It allowed them to regroup, got the loss out of the way because they were undefeated going into the state tournament. They regained their focus and made a run at the Tournament of Champions title and then won Group 4.
The Tornadoes break the press. A minute 40 remaining. Pass goes inside. Shot off the glass. Dances off the rim. No. Rebound underneath to Butler. Gets it back. Puts it up. No. And the rebound to Shelton.
Everything but the finish. She was getting after it. Dominique Butler.
Shelton changes her shot and gets the rebound.
And gets it back and scores.
70 seconds to go.
Big bucket in a big spot. They're laying it all on the line now. Jaquel Saunders going up high to knock that one away. Anything it takes.
They're starting to believe here. They're starting to believe at Trenton Catholic Academy.
Excellent interior passing, and once again, the second effort of Shelton, the difference.
Can't say enough about her game, Lou.
It's a 5-point game with a minute 7 remaining. And you just feel this is going to be a frantic finish.
No matter who wins this game, I cannot wait for the post-game handshake. If there's going to be a handshake. It's like Belichick and Mangini. Trenton High School style.
Little game within a game. Coach Kalik Lewis in his 4th year has made his dad, Tennyson Lewis, so proud of him for getting his life going in the right direction and now imposing his will on his team to try and get their 15th win of the year and take the Trenton bragging rights with them for a short time.
I mentioned earlier in the game how they graduated 7 seniors a year ago, 4 scholarship players. And he has credited the seniors on this team for keeping it together.
And Trenton Central's undefeated season is on the line here. They came in at 16-0, but they trail by 5, and it's stolen by Sproul. Sproul takes it up court, scores, and the foul.
Sproul has done it all in this game, and she has really turned it on in this 4th quarter. Defense leading to offense once again. Kalik Lewis calling out for his players.
It's what the game has been. Defense into offense. Their defense has been the difference in the second half. And then look at Marika. That's just going strong, Jersey style.
Going lefty.
So Marika Sproul at the line. Will look to complete the 3-point play.
So athletic.
This is a big free throw here.
She's also done wonders in the classroom. 6 straight marking periods on the honor roll, says Kalik Lewis-El, her head coach.
Lakeisha Sutton is like Batman, and coach says Marika Sproul is Robin.
It's now an 8-point game, 54-46. Trenton Central in trouble. Ashley Hines puts it up, no. And knocked out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. It goes back to Trenton Central. Excuse me, Trenton Catholic.
Coach Murray brought an undefeated team in here at 16-0.
47 seconds remaining in the game.
Here's Sproul quickly up court. Down to 30 seconds left. Ball on the floor, taken by the Tornadoes. They come up court. It's laid up, rolls off the rim by Leola Spotwood.
Nice hustle by Register, you know, just kind of got in her way, bothered the shot. And the lead will stay at 8 points for the Lady Mikes.
Long inbounds pass, just 20 seconds left. Sweet, the long 3, sails out of bounds.
19 seconds.
Seems like Trenton has been out of sync for quite a while in this game. The emotion showed by coach, the emotion showed by the home fans here. Hamilton, New Jersey, Trenton Catholic Academy.
And Sutton is fouled in the backcourt with 11.3 seconds left.
Both of these coaches play a tough schedule for the postseason and for games like this. They put their kids against some of the best competition in the tri-state area. And this game will only get both teams better for the run at a state title.
Yeah, to repeat as state champs, both of them coming in as state champs. You'd love to see them in the Tournament of Champions. There's a lot of hugs on the sideline now for the Lady Mikes of Trenton Catholic. They have put this game away with a great second half of basketball led by their leader, Lakeisha Sutton.
You can look at Sutton, you can look at Shelton, you can look at the freshmen. Contributions from several players from Trenton Catholic to make this happen.
So Trenton Catholic just 3.3 seconds away from a gigantic win against their arch rivals.
Coach Lewis L, he has the jacket off, shirts tucked out.
Hey, they scored 21 points, did Trenton Catholic, in the first half. They've got 35 so far in the second half. They found their game. And for Khalik Lewis L, he will go to 3-1 head-to-head against the Tornadoes of Trenton.
So Leola Spotwood is at the line. She will shoot 2 as the celebration has begun here at Trenton Catholic.
And this means very little, Gene, to Trenton besides damaging psyche a little bit. They will still be on the fast track to repeat champion in their respective group.
You know what? I think Coach Murray will probably stick to this game. This could be a wake-up call for the seniors on this team. This is a feeling I know, Lou, they're not going to want to feel again the remainder of the season and in the playoffs.
Going to be a tough defeat here on the road at Trenton Catholic, and the celebration begins. The Lady Mikes win 56-47 with a spectacular second half effort.
This is the time of the game. Will the coaches have a handshake? Will the players shake hands? I'm sure. Let's hope it happens for the good of the game.
They love their girls basketball in the city of Trenton, New Jersey. Not too many cities do you see this kind of passion, and their coach meets some of the assistant coaches of Trenton.
You see the girls embracing these girls, friends off the court. Tracy Parsons actually lives across the street from Lakeisha Sutton. They're neighbors.
But fierce competitors on the court, as we saw here tonight. Great efforts by both teams, and you see great respect there as well.
Yeah, it's a good gesture there by Khalik Lewis L, meeting with every member of the Trenton Tornadoes. And it appears like Elvis, Reggie Murray has left the building.
Well, a huge win for Trenton Catholic as they go to 17-2 now on the year. For Trenton, their first loss of the season.
Just a tremendous job by Trenton Catholic Academy in this game, turning it up when they had to. I think they played off the emotion of the crowd a lot in that second half, a 20-point third quarter. Offense from defense, the pressure worked. A 9-point win, a lot more scoring in this game than last year, and it was expected from both coaches.
A good team basketball. When they had to go big, they played big with Shelton. When they had to go small, their prime timer, their gamer, Lakeisha Sutton, was there through and through.
So Trenton Catholic takes the big win over their rivals, the Trenton Tornadoes. 56-47 here on the Snapple Game of the Week.
Thanks, Lou. And when the Lady Mikes needed their seniors to step up and provide leadership and points, that's exactly what Lakeisha Sutton did. 19 points. She gets our Pele Player of the Game plaque. And Lakeisha, so much was made of the rivalry between the two coaches coming into this game. What was it like for the players? You guys know each other so well, but what was that like, that intensity out there?
Well, all the players, we all friends. Off the court, on the court, it's a battle. We know it's a war, but the battle between Coach Murray and Coach Khalik need to stop, but it's going to continue for a long time. But when I read the article in the Trenton Times today, that made me so mad. So it just made me want to come out and get the victory from my coach, not from my coach, but from my team as well.
It's just a game, right? Can't we just get along and play some basketball? Down by 5 going into the second half. Your coach pulled you aside during warm-ups and said, hey, look, this is the biggest game of the year. How did that inspire you for the second half?
I don't know. This is my last time playing against Trenton High ever. next time I play against them might be in college if they go to somebody in the city. But he said if you don't score, we don't win. So I dug deep down and I tried to score.
Now, we mentioned that you and the opponents get along so well. You guys have known each other for so long, but still, to ruin a perfect season of Trenton Central's for the second straight year, how does that make you guys feel?
It makes us feel good going into the thick of things. We've been playing tough teams all year, and now we got more tough teams, Shabazz, Petty, and hopefully they got some tough teams coming up. If they don't, then I guess we gave them a test.
All right, thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations on a great game. Lakeisha Sutton, our Pele Pele player of the game. Lou, back to you.
All right, Eamon, and a great win for Lakeisha Sutton and the rest of her teammates from Trenton Catholic. Once again, our final score, Trenton Catholic 56, Trenton Central 47. Today's game was produced by Bob Lawani and directed by Sean Mangan. Our associate director was Will Sanchez, and our graphics coordinator was Matt Borzello. Mike Quick gives you the scoop on the entire tri-state high school scene on the New Balance High School Weekly, presented by Max Preps, every Tuesday night at 10:30, only on MSG. And we've got more exciting high school hoops action coming your way next week. Desmond Wade and the Linden Tigers take on Mike Rosario and the Friars of St. Anthony on the Snapple Game of the Week, presented by Pontiac. That's Sunday at 9 a.m. on MSG. Well, thanks for tuning in to high school basketball on MSG. For Raymond McEnany, Gene Golda, and Jimmy Cavallo, I'm Lou Broadmill. See you next week.